I'm the managing director of a company called Arche Global Private Limited. Arche Global is a 500 people company with about 300 crores of revenue. The business growth happens only if you have a strong sales
team.
sales
Space bills at the end of the day.
See, college is the one, is the time where it has really transformed me as a person. So I was like, very introvert, timid, and purely because of the complex you have, you don't converse well in English.
Why did you not go back into a job? Why was entrepreneurship the answer again?
So that was almost 15 years after my graduation. So then going back to work, I worked at my terms. I don't think I would have gone and survived in any workplace, but I didn't have the interest to work for anybody.
Why Coimbatore instead of Chennai?
No, that's because, it was closer to our hometown.
Okay.
And it's a bigger city and my partner and textile industry is what we wanted to target. So with that thought, I didn't take both the jobs.
So very interesting arc.
You declined the two jobs you had,
Yeah.
prepared for masters,
Yes.
but destiny didn't want you to leave the country, and then straight up business. What did your friend do? That person who came with you to college?
In fact, we both did the three of us did the same thing.
Okay. Hi Maha, welcome to the show. When I and Santoshi decided that we are going to do ground up, you were one of the few people who rightly fit into the narrative, where you built a large business from the ground up. Today it's very large, it's profitable, and we decided to bring you on the podcast. Thanks for coming and doing this. But when we decided to do a research on you, we went to the internet, Googled you, spoke to AI to learn about you. There were barely any information available. There was your LinkedIn, there was few articles that was available on the internet, but there wasn't much to learn about you on the internet. So we thought, why not learn it from you itself? So thanks for coming.
Thank you, Tarun and Santoshi, for having me here.
Yes.
And I'm not such a big person to really to have a lot of information on the internet about me. But I think I have a story to tell,
Yes.
and I'd be happy to share that with you.
True, start from your young age. Before that, what do you do now? What is Mahalingam doing now? What are you known for?
Okay. So currently, I'm the managing director of a company called Arche Global Private Limited. So the company is basically a digital transformation company, services company, having about 500 plus people, having offices across the country. And the company is professionally run, so I kind of not involved in the day-to-day activities of the company. So I kind of help the company in terms of strategy, new initiatives, M&A, and some new large opportunities. So I work and hand it over to the team. And I also work. I also invest as an angel investor. So I invest in startups.
How big is Arche Global today?
Today, as I said, Arche Global is a 500 people company with about 300 crores of revenue. And we are there in the business for 18 years. And predominantly operating in the Indian market. And now we are working we are exploring the global market. So we have a presence in Middle East and Africa.
Okay.
But now we are expanding to the US, UK, and other Western markets.
One question there is that usually when it comes to software or anything to do with digital transformation, etc., companies usually build from India for the globe. What was your thought behind building for India from India?
Yeah, so actually, I started very early. My entrepreneurship journey started very early in 1997 itself, and I think so. During the time, I started as an electronic product designer. So with that, I started my business venture. Then pivoted to IT infrastructure. So what I thought was that when we started, internet was just coming up, and it was changing the way everyone work and do business. So I thought India itself has got a lot of opportunities in growth. India needs a lot of expertise in terms of building internet and communication infrastructure. So we started specializing in networking. And so with that, we found that India itself has got a good market, and it was coming up. So and we stayed in India itself. So though we could have gone overseas and become more successful, but we stayed back in India itself. So India itself offered quite a good opportunities during that time. So
Nice. Let's talk about your childhood, like the formative years.
yeah.
What happened? Like, where did you grow up? Where were you born?
Yeah, so I was born in a village near Salem.
Okay.
So I studied my schools, early schools in my village itself, in the government schools. And we are from the agricultural background.
Oh,
So
your
my
parents were having a
farmers,
farm. Okay.
farmers. So, and generally any parent from rural areas, so their ambition is to have their kids educated, because education is the only way they can go to the next level. So by doing farming or improving farming, I don't think anyone can go to the next orbit. So education is the one which acts as a level playing field with the other people in the country or in the world. So my father wanted us to, me and my brother, elder brother, so to have at least a degree. So after my primary education in my village, then I went to a neighboring smaller, not city, it's a smaller, slightly bigger village, slightly bigger village for high school. And so I mean, fortunately, I continued doing good in the academics.
Okay.
And I was
This was English medium or
no, it was Tamil medium.
Okay.
Yeah,
Until when?
Until 10th standard, I studied in Tamil medium. So in 8th standard, there is a state level exam for giving scholarships. So I came first in our district.
Oh, nice.
So then there was an option, if I continue studying in the same school, I'll get some 50 rupees per year as a scholarship. But if I go to a town, a city and study it, then I used to get some 100 rupees per month, 100 or 150 rupees per month. So one of my teachers said, why don't you go to Trichy and continue your school? So there are certain schools in Trichy, like I went to Bishop Weber School in Trichy, where they take you in the middle of an academic year, and also they take students, such students who came in the top in those scholarship exams. So I went to Trichy, to Bishop Weber School in the middle of 9th standard. So I went to hostel and I joined, I continued from my, second part of the 9th standard, then 10th standard in that school in Tamil medium. And in 11th, 12th, I switched to English medium.
Okay.
So everybody thought that English medium is where you can score more marks. And so with great difficulty, so I managed to do well in my plus 2 as well. So that's how I completed my
Nice. So you came to Trichy to do your 11th and 12th?
Yeah, no, 9th, 10th, 11th,
okay.
12th. Yeah, so I went to Trichy in 85.
Okay.
84. So 84, 85. 86 I did 10th, 88 I did 12th. Yeah.
So you thought you were much better than your friends or peers in that academically gifted or something?
See, I'm not sure. I think I feel I did better than others academically.
Okay.
I think I won't say it is gifted. I think it's
more
interest.
Okay.
It's more than interest, and because typically in villages, people were reluctant to go to school because they were comfortable in staying their farm and doing some work, and so they are coming to school by force.
Okay.
So, but I went to school out of interest and my own interest to learn and become some graduate and maybe get employed. So, so that uplifts our family. So not everybody had the same idea. And parents also play an important role. So I feel that so my interest to learn, and probably I had a better learning ability at that point in time. So
your interests came from your internal, was it an internal motivation that drove you to study, or was it also your parents and And what after 11th and 12th? What did you choose to do after 11th and 12th?
Yeah, I always wanted to do engineering. So after 11th, 12th, that's why in our
How was this decision influenced? Like you saw someone from as elders to you, or
no, actually. So I somehow I liked maths,
Okay.
and so if you like maths, you are programmed like that engineering
into
is
engineering,
is the right destination to go for. In fact, I didn't come across any engineer
Okay.
during my early days, but still I had because these interests came when I go to Trichy and so you see your friends talking about engineering or medicine. So I chose engineering and
how well did you do in your 12th exams?
I did well. So I
Okay.
came second in my school. So
Oh, nice.
so I don't know if I can tell the marks, but I scored 11, 16
11, 16?
out of 1200.
Okay.
That's a very
93%, yeah.
think you did more than well.
So that's in 88.
Okay. What was the first ranker score?
Yeah, so he scored about 20 marks. He's about 1145.
Okay.
We ended up in the same class in the college also.
Okay.
So
Nice.
Moving to Trichy must have helped in expanding exposure.
yeah, definitely. So your peers and your friends are from different backgrounds are there. So your knowledge about the world increases, and so that's how you. Yeah. So today, I mean, you have internet, you have media, so you get to know everything wherever you are. But those days, when you are in a village, your exposure is limited. So probably it was limited to my father. My father is one of the persons who in our village who goes out and who used to do some business and some small trading business. So he had a better knowledge about things than anybody else. So that so that is the knowledge. So he always wanted okay, at least after your name there has to be 2 letters. So that was, it could be a BA or BSc or whatever. So but when I went to Trichy, I had I had some bright people, my seniors, and so that gave the exposure that I should do engineering. Even I tried IIT also.
Oh, okay.
So I joined the YG file course of I don't know whether you know Brilliant Tutorials those days.
I think
Yeah.
they are still in the business.
So they had a
Coaching
program called YG File.
Okay.
YG File is a remote learning program. They will send you some remote training materials, and then they also send some assessment and like that. So I got the first one, me and my friend who came first. So even the first few problems in physics we were not able to solve.
Okay.
And we went to a teacher. Teacher also had difficulty in solving. So then we thought that we are not. I mean, we are not ready for IIT. So we dropped that idea.
Okay. Where did you both end up? In which college?
I ended up in REC Trichy.
Okay.
So that itself is a story. Like
It's a large story in itself. Back in the day, very big breakthrough.
Yeah. So see, those days it is based on your college, professional college admission is based on your 12th marks plus entrance.
Okay.
So we wrote the entrance also. So I got decent mark in the entrance, and at the time, Anna University is the number 1 college every top student aspire for. So even I had the aspirations to go to Anna University, and I had got an admission also. The mistake I did was while filling the application, I always wanted to do computer science.
Okay.
And the mistake I did in filling the application is that they asked for to enter the order of preference of the course that you want. To be honest, I didn't know the meaning of preference.
Okay.
I could have referred a dictionary and then I should, but somehow I thought that preference means the order in which the courses appear in the list.
Okay.
So I chose electrical, electronics, and computer science. So then I got electrical.
In Anna University.
In Anna University. So electrical engineering. So And then I tried to change the course from electrical engineering to computer science, and that was I couldn't I couldn't change in the reasonable time. So by the time I got a call for REC Trichy also, and in the counseling I got computer science.
Okay.
So then I joined there, and
You traded the college for your favorite course.
yes, yeah. So I at the time I knew about REC before, because I studied in Trichy, so we knew about the college. But we always felt Anna University is superior to REC Trichy. But the impression changed only after I landed in REC, and so I could. I mean,
It's like a big breakthrough, right? In your family, did your village celebrate you?
no, I don't think, So they really know about, they all they were thinking that he's studying somewhere in Trichy. He's studying well, so that is what they know.
Your parents would have felt very proud.
Yeah, it's fine. So my mother is she does not have a clue about whether it is REC or. My father also did not have any idea about. My brother, elder brother, studied in Kunga Engineering College.
Okay. Something that I wanted to ask is why computer science and engineering? You mentioned that you wanted to always do computer science.
Yeah, so those days computers were just new, and it was in fact in my 12th, 11th, 12th also I chose computer science.
Okay.
As a alternative to biology, because only in our year we had only it's a mutually exclusive choice, whether I take biology or botany or zoology or computer science. Either we can go to medicine or engineering,
you had the choice.
But we don't have we can't choose. That the choice you take in your +1 itself.
Okay.
So I chose computer science, so I was quite fascinated by computers, programming and all that. So
when was the first time you had access to a computer? Was it in college?
in school.
In school itself you had access?
In school itself we
Okay.
had access to computers. So we used to program in BASIC language.
Okay.
So
In school itself?
In school itself. So we had a small CPU connected to a TV, and then you can and a keypad. So we program using BASIC. Some basic programs like adding, multiplication, sorting, and things like that. So
Nice. So you came to REC Trichy, spent 4 years there.
yeah.
What happened after that?
See, college is the one, is the time where it has really transformed me as a person. So I was like, very introvert, timid, and purely because of the complex you have, you don't converse well in English, and so with that background, I had some great friends, so we had a great time, and also I continued to do well in academics.
Okay.
So after that, I think I started understanding things, subject. Earlier, you used to remember, but I used to understand the things. I used to spend a lot of time in library and read books other than your regular textbooks, and some conference papers and so on. In fact, I worked in the library as a part-time employee for 3 hours a day. So that was a great opportunity to
Read books. And get paid for it.
Yeah, get paid for it. No, you can't do you can't do that, but you can do after your work. So we used to be paid 3 rupees per hour. So I used to do about close to about 60-70 hours a month.
Okay.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. So
Nice.
so that's how. Yeah.
One question is that when you meant that you had a good time at college, what did your peers look like? Were they all from Tamil Nadu? Given REC was a central government college back in the day as well, that must have also been differentiating.
Yeah, true.
Right?
Yeah. So REC today, NIT, they are 50% of the students are from other states.
Okay.
So you have a.
Is it like an allocation or?
It's by allocation.
Okay.
Yeah, it's by allocation. So 50% from the state,
Okay.
the local state, and 50% from other states. So you had friends from different backgrounds. So that's a great learning
cultural
experience.
diversity.
Cultural diversity. So so that because of the your friends and peers from different parts of the country, from rural Bihar, or it could be mostly people coming from other states are all not from rural background.
Okay.
Typically, they are from
Affluent
cities.
families.
No, not yeah. Typically, they are from cities,
Okay.
especially central government employees. So you, because even in Tamil Nadu, people never used to know about other state RECs. Only few, maybe in the cities and few schools knew about other state RECs. Even I didn't know about other state RECs because that had a separate admission process. So that is a great experience, which I wouldn't have got in any other local institutions like even Anna University. So that is a great experience, interacting with people from different backgrounds. Yes, so that definitely the college has shaped me as a person.
Okay.
And so I'm quite. I mean, though I'm not the top 2 or top 5, but I did well in academics. I had a good understanding of various subjects. Still, I mean, my business also, when after I started business, so I try to be within the concepts that I've learned, so that always helped me in my business as well. So
Do you visit the college often now?
yes, I used to visit quite often. Some maybe 10 years till 10 years back, and now I don't visit much, but we plan to have more interaction with the institution. As an alumni, I want to be quite active in the alumni association, and then do something for the institution.
So yeah, speaking of the alumni network, how strong is the alumni network? Any notable names that came out of NIT Trichy?
Yeah, there are many. So the Mr. Chandrasekharan of Tata Group, is the chairman of Tata Group. So he's from NIT Trichy, and there are many I can name. Okay, and even in Tata Group, TV Narendran is our alumni, and the former Federal Bank chairman Shyam Srinivasan from NIT Trichy, and
we have Vivek of Hacker Rank. He
was your
junior.
Hacker Rank is my So he's from. So there are many
very strong alumni.
very strong. I mean, NIT Trichy has got a very strong alumni network, and they are many of them are very successful, and you have so in multiple, even the TCS CEO, the former CEO Rajesh Gopinatham was 2 years junior to me. So like that, there are you have.
So you're all part of the REC Trichy mafia.
No, I won't say that. I think it's a good college, and we had it's a good college, good alumni network, and
I think back in the day, it still fascinates me because even today, for a lot of people from tier 2, tier 3 cities, it's a breakthrough to get into one of these colleges. But doing it back in, I think, 80s and 90s is beyond a breakthrough, right? It's a big milestone.
No, I wouldn't say that. See, maybe today the competition is more, if you ask me.
People are more aware about the...
more aware and a lot more competition. And but back then, the competition is not as much as you think. And the number of people going to engineering itself were less.
Okay.
And the number of students who had good scores, because you need to have good scores in academics, is also less. So there was not much competition those days. And today the competition is intense for especially the NITs and IITs. So you get some real good students coming to these institutions. So I wouldn't say that maybe today, if I'm doing, I might have found it difficult to get admission. So I would say it's easier those days than today.
I think you're too humble. That's all.
Even today, will you have chosen IIT Trichy or Anna University?
Yeah. So having known that, I would have chosen.
Nice. Okay. What happened after college? You got a job?
Yes. So that is again a big story. So. Every engineer, every person graduating from an engineering college is want to get a job and then settle. So, like that, I was also working for it. So, there was campus interview. So I got placed in 2 companies.
Oh, nice.
So I was placed in Wipro.
Okay.
And also there was a company called ICIM, International Computers Indian Manufacturing. They were making mainframes those days. So then, most of my friends, many of my friends, they also prepared for higher studies, and then they went to US to do higher studies. So that interest came to me very late in my college days. So many of them, they start preparing from second year, and then they prepare for GRE, TOEFL, and all those exams, entrance exams. So then towards the end of my course, so I also thought that I should try going to US for higher studies. So with that thought, I didn't take both the jobs.
You didn't you declined both the jobs?
I
Okay.
declined both the jobs, so I didn't join both.
What did your parents say of it?
Yeah, so they didn't say anything.
Okay.
So see, basically my parents, especially my father, so he's not too pushing me that you do this, you do that. So he left it to me to do what is in my best interest. So that way, even though he's from a village, and he did not force. I'm not sure whether I, as a parent, would do the same thing. So we try to be, imposing things to our children. So coming back to what I did. So I declined the jobs and I stayed in the college itself. I joined the college.
Oh.
So the college had a very good computer center.
Okay.
So one of the best in the country those days. And I joined as an engineer there, and also was teaching some subjects to students. And with the thought that I will have more time to prepare for my exams. So I did that, and I completed my TOEFL and GRE, and I got some admissions in few universities in the US. But unfortunately, my visa got rejected 2 times.
Okay.
And also the 3rd time
Wow.
through post. So then I thought that US is a dream only. So I decided to stay back in India itself. So
Very heartbroken that you weren't able to go to the US.
Yeah, at the time it was
After all the preparations and
preparation. So I was sad. But generally, my nature is that I don't really worry much about. I mean, it may be for a few days you feel sad that your dreams are shattered. You always have you visualize something about your future, right? This is how you will be in the college in US, and this is how. I always wanted to work in artificial intelligence and neural networks. So that was my area of interest, and I wanted to get into teaching after my higher studies. So, so fate decided otherwise. So then I stayed in the college itself for some more time, and I was contemplating to go back to work. But one of my my boss at REC, who was heading the computer center, he said, "Why don't we do business together?
Okay.
So we'll start something on our own." So that's how I stayed in the college for 3 more years, like till '97, and then I came to Coimbatore, and I started on our own.
Very interesting.
So very interesting arc. 'Cause
You
like,
declined the 2 jobs you had, prepared for masters.
Yes.
But destiny didn't want you to leave the country, and then straight up business.
Yes.
also, it's a very bold bet back in the day, right? Because most likely, if you do engineering, people end up taking a job or
What did your friend do? That person who came with you to college, the first ranker.
In fact, we both did 3 of us did the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, he also got a job. 3 of us got job in Wipro, and all 3 of us declined.
Okay.
And those 2 got visas, and one went to US, the other went to Canada.
Okay.
And I didn't get visa, so I stayed back.
Nice.
But,
So
I think from just the NIT and Anna University thing, life has always led you to like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
better path. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
that
happened.
time only will tell. So
Yeah,
it's
so-
a good path. So it's like you. I don't know whether you watch 12B movie. So there's a movie called 12B.
Okay.
So it's about one incident in your life. If it happened this way, so how your life would have gone.
Okay.
If it happened that way, how your life would have
It's like
gone.
road
So
not taken. I think for everyone who's watching, this is like clear evidence that good things are on your way.
yeah. I think it is. Whatever happens, it is for
the
good.
good.
So
Yes.
that is what. That's a lesson. I can say that.
So your boss pitched you for a business. How did you respond? Like, what was your first thought?
Yeah, so I really did not know about business. So I'm a first generation entrepreneur, and back those days, so only strength I had was the technical knowledge that I had. So I had during our college, during my 5 years of working in the college, I set up the first internet connectivity in the college in '94.
Nice.
And I would say that I'm one of the first I was the first in our college to browse internet.
Okay.
I set up and I browsed internet. So, and we were ahead of many years ahead as compared to the other organizations in the country. We set up a large network and we provided internet to all users in the campus. We provided email in 1994 to every student.
Probably the first digitally transformed thing was REC Trichy.
Yeah, yes. So that I had a very good experience in building and managing networks and internet services and so on. So with that, so I had that. I also during my working 5 years, so I had two experience which I gained. One is electronic product development. So we were actively involved in working with industries as part of industry and student interaction. So I developed products for certain industries, like in industrial automation. And I got into hardware.
Okay.
So I developed microprocessor-based embedded systems for specific applications. When I developed a product in medical in healthcare. So
I'm curious how, like, is it more like trial and error experiments or inspiration from a Western country and then we try to redo that in India?
No, so see, actually, my boss is a very very innovative person.
Okay, a forward-thinking person.
Yeah, so forward-thinking person. So he used to those days he used to bring a lot of magazines.
Okay.
He used to buy a lot of magazines and CD-ROMs.
Okay.
And also he used to bring a lot of electronic. He used to get a lot of electronic product samples.
Okay,
So
okay.
chips and those ICs samples. So they all come with some reference designs. So we
Used to play around
build.
with it.
Yeah, we used to play around. We used to build some products around it. So that's how we gained the knowledge. And we were when some of the local industries came forward and asked for some development support, we provided.
Okay.
Okay. So
Nice. So your boss pitched you for business. What happened next?
yeah. So what to do is what is what our thinking. So we had either to do in electronics and product development or in IT,
Okay.
like networking and stuff. So we chose the former because those days, since we wanted to start in Coimbatore, Coimbatore is known for textile industry. So we thought we'll do products for electronic products for textile industry, like automation and in these areas.
Up until that, you had no relation to Coimbatore.
No relations to Coimbatore. I've traveled only once or twice before that.
Why Coimbatore instead of Chennai?
No, that's because it was closer to our hometown.
Hometown, okay.
And it's a bigger city, and my partner, my boss, my partner also is from Coimbatore, so he's from Gobi.
Okay.
So we chose Coimbatore, and textile industry is what we wanted to target. So Coimbatore is the
Go-to place.
to go
Back
to place.
in the day, automation is still a very big word for the very, very conventional businesses, right? Like When you,
No, it was there. So it was very much there. It's not that it was new, but it was not very prevalent. Only few companies. Those days, all these automation and electronic automation used to come from Europe, especially Germany or Switzerland for the textile industry. So we are thinking that we'll do a replacement or a substitute, import substitute for those products. Even in India, a couple of companies, in Coimbatore itself, a couple of companies where Premier Group had a company in the textile electronics. So we started with that and we developed product and for some of the...
How did the first sale all happen? You remember that?
Yeah, so that was, we couldn't do much sale, in fact, in that. So the first sale, always, see, see, those days, it came through reference. Okay. So some of them wanted to develop or wanted a particular product in monitoring or... So it came and we kind of delivered. Yeah, so that is how it happened. If you ask me, I don't really would say this particular incident where we got an order. So like that, it's not there. I can't say. But we were... one is that we developed product and we were not very successful in commercializing the product.
Okay.
And then we started providing design services for companies who are manufacturing and selling those products. And that's the time we developed some products for protection monitoring, energy monitoring those days. And I developed a couple of products in medical electronics. So you see these infusion pumps. So we designed we designed an infusion pump right from grounds up. So the electronics and the mechanical. So for one company based in Trichy.
Okay.
And that product is still
honestly,
still there. Yeah, a variant of this product is still there.
Nice.
So
all this was designed, developed in-house by you and your team.
I mean, I was actually a user of one of the infusion pumps just a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
Not very fortunate, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how old were you while doing this? 25, 26?
Yes.
Okay.
So 26.
Okay.
And so then, we were doing odd design works, but not very successful as an entrepreneur. And then...
what was the name of this company?
The name of the company was called Unity Electrosystems.
Okay.
Yep.
So then that time in 97, internet got opened up.
Okay.
And 94, I started using internet, but it was available only to educational and research institutions. But from 97 onwards, it was open to general public. VSNL and other companies SIFI and others started offering internet services. So then, we found that there is a big need for companies who wants to establish internet, create a network. So those days, there were companies were having individual computers and there is no network. Even a local area network was not there. So we thought there is a great opportunity for us to establish a network within an enterprise, connecting them to internet and establish wide area network connecting multiple offices. So there was a big need for a company. So we pivoted ourselves into a networking solutions company. So then things started looking up. So
how big was the team when you did this?
Yeah, so the electronics team did not grow beyond about 10 members. Okay. Then slowly, when we pivoted to networking, so we started with a few members, so 3 or 4 members, and slowly we grew to about 30, 40. And by the time, by 2003, so this all, I did this exercise from 97.
Okay.
And around 98, 99, we pivoted into internet. Networking and internet. So by 2003, we were having about 30, 40 people, about 2 crores of revenue, and so we have been doing...
2 crores back then?
Yeah, so we were doing very well at the time. So we were one of the well-known IT, I
Okay.
mean networking solution provider.
The name spread across the city.
Yeah, so people always used to refer my name as some network Mahalingam or something like that. So I used to be known as a networking person.
Okay.
So
From actually like setting it up for the first time in your campus to
yeah.
that led you to starting your
Yes,
own.
yes. So that knowledge. So always I thought, it's very easy to survive. You have a good knowledge about things, and there is a demand in the market for certain skills. So we can very well do well. I mean, we can easily do well. So
When you started, like, was capital a problem?
no, capital was not a big problem
Okay.
because you from day one you can
Generate
you,
revenue.
you can generate revenue because you are in the services revenue, and in the day one you are the sales support, and every engineer is yourself. So I'm an engineer myself, so I sell my time, okay, and my services. So you get revenue.
Okay.
So slowly you grow, and we were able to get some bank facilities beyond certain point. So. So
okay,
really, capital was not a big problem. At
In the top three, these were the top three problems when we started the first business until it grow to this level. What was the top three? Was it the first hire or managing people?
Yeah. So the problem for me always, is sales.
Okay.
Okay. Sales and then managing finance.
Okay.
So these are the two major problem for me, because I can solve any problem. And I can implement some of the complex technologies that are available. We used to read those days. See, I grew with internet.
Okay.
So most of the knowledge, practical knowledge you get from the internet. So that way, internet is so good that, there were a lot of people, who shared about their experience or about information. So if there is a problem and if they solved it, they post it in the internet. So that's the main attraction of internet. So so the challenge, as you said, I'm mainly in sales. So I'm maybe a good salesperson because I can communicate well to the customer the value that we give. But how do we translate that into a bigger team, with maybe one sales guy going and talking the same language as mine? So that is always my problem, and that's how that's the reason I wanted this company to be more professionally driven rather than driven by me.
Yeah. Okay.
So by 2003, 2004, we were doing reasonably well in the local market. So we wanted to grow big, so that ambition was there. Partner also was interested. Initially, he was not part of the business. In my early days, 97 to 98, 99, he came and joined me in 99, I think. And then we have been working and doing well. So we have been thinking how to grow beyond Coimbatore and Tamil Nadu. So then we had an opportunity to acquire a company.
Okay.
And we acquired a company called Sprint RPG those days. Sprint RPG is part of RPG Group.
Okay.
And that was one of the first company in India to offer email services.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So, and then when internet came, email services became irrelevant because internet itself offered email services.
Yeah.
Those days, email services were running on a different network.
Okay.
They were not on internet. So then when internet came, your internet email became popular, and those email service providers had to shut shop. And so the government gave an option for those companies to migrate to an internet service provider. So that way that company migrated to an internet service provider in 2000 or something. And then they were not doing quite well.
Okay.
And they wanted to sell.
Okay.
So
Where they were based out of?
Delhi.
Delhi. Okay.
Okay, they were a Class A ISP, and they had 14, 15 offices in the country. So we acquired that company, and we in 2004.
Okay.
And in 2005 we kind of took over the company, and we had straight away 14 offices to sell our services. But unfortunately, at the time we took over, the company was not doing well.
Okay.
And it was there were a lot of legacy issues in the company. We were making operating losses, and we could not secure enough funding to turn around the company.
Okay.
So then I decided to, we were trying for about 2-3 years. In 2007, I thought it's beyond my capability or capacity to really sustain these kind of losses for longer time. So I quit in 2007.
Okay.
And started Netcon.
Netcon. Okay.
So Netcon is a totally new story altogether.
Yes.
And
yes.
the networking networking services that you were offering was before Netcon.
Yeah. So I started my business, with network. Yeah, I was offering networking services in my previous venture as well.
So it was under Unity that you'd offered.
Yeah.
Any reason why you went for the acquisition in Delhi? Was it just to like
We wanted to grow beyond Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu?
So that company had 15 offices. So you get straight away
Access to all the
access to some of the marquee customers. So we had some great customers in the new company.
Okay.
But they were in a closing phase. So when things exploded and new market players came, this company did not really cared for the customers or did not invest for keeping the customers. So we had some great customers. We probably even if it is today, probably we would have done things differently.
Okay.
And we could have easily got the funding required to turn around. So because for me also, it's quite new to see a larger operation, multi-location and.
So Ningo, when you left when you left Unity, why did you not go back into a job? Why was entrepreneurship the answer again?
Yeah, so that was almost 10 years after my graduation.
Yeah.
Then, not 10, 16 years, 15 years after my graduation. So then going back to work, I always, for the last 15 years, I worked at my terms and my timings, and I don't think I would have gone and survived in any workplace. But I didn't have the interest to work for anybody.
A taste of freedom will make you unemployable.
Yeah. So at the time, I didn't want to work for anybody. And I strongly believed that I had the technical expertise and knowledge, which I can use it to provide some services, which I can sell my skills and time again, go back to square one and sell my time and expertise to generate the revenue that can sustain me. So what my wife was always pressurizing me to, because we were making, we were not doing well. So he said, you should do something different, and she has been pressurizing me in the sense that she has been saying you can do much better when you are outside. So I came out.
Was she going to a job?
No, she was not going to. She was helping in our company itself at the time. So then she took up teaching for some time. So then when we started Netcon, she joined me.
Okay.
So we like what she has been asking me, give a name. So I was thinking no name was coming in my mind, because I was very poor at names. So generally, so whether naming naming our daughter or naming a company, always I rely on others. So I said then network. We want to offer consulting services, so let it be Netcon.
Okay.
So I just generally, she gave the name, she wrote in a register, and then we fixed that name.
Okay.
We registered domain, and that name, that name stayed for about 18 years. So that's how we started. We started as a consulting company.
You were the only founder, no co-founders.
No, I was the only founder.
Okay.
Me and my wife were the founders. So we started, and in 2007 we started. 2007 March we started. Started as a consulting company, to provide advisory services in designing and establishing networks, LAN, WAN,
Yeah.
and network security. Those days, firewall and network security. These are some of the major issues companies faced. So I started offering consulting services. So in the first year itself, we were doing well and we were profitable.
Okay.
And
Day one profitable.
Yeah. So the journey continued. So that's how.
It's because the India's macro trend supported in the journey.
Yeah, definitely. I think 91, the economy opened up, and 97 internet opened up. It was, it was a young technology. Young country in terms of technology adoption. So a lot of companies and government were adopting technology. So I think that really helped in professionals like us to find a business out of whatever we knew.
I think 2007-8 was also when the larger world was also going through financial crises, crashes, and at the same time, internet was also growing at a very fast pace. How did that shape Netcon's journey? You started with network consulting, but how did you then grow out of?
Okay. See, we were too small to feel any of these changes, impacts. Okay. Because we were focusing on Indian companies and Indian market, and we were not really. I really did not feel any of these the global factors affecting us, and we are seen as one niche player of offering technology services, consulting services. So we were able to, at least for our initial motto is to survive. Okay, I need to survive in the sense that I had a family to run, and I need money to sustain the family. So that was the initial goal, and so I need to go and get a few customers who kind of need our services. So we had some good customers. Even from my previous experience, we had one of our first customers, ABT, Sakti Sugars Group.
Yeah.
And
was that the first big breakthrough?
Yeah, it was the first customer in my new company. So that was the first company who made me to survive.
Okay.
So, but the breakthrough, some of the bigger breakthrough came later. Later.
Okay.
So we were able to really thrive. Survive, and the next step is to thrive and then scale. So that is what our thought process is, and it started well, and I think it continued. We continued to do well.
Okay. When you started, how big was the team?
So we had 2 people.
Okay.
And so when we started, I was the sales and support and delivery, everything I handled, and my wife handled the finance.
Okay.
And then finance and administration she handled, and then we had a few support engineers. We hired subsequently. We hired support and consulting engineers. So that's how we grew. But one thing which I was not able to establish well is a sales team, good sales and marketing team. So till
even today,
today I have professionals. I have experts who can establish and manage a sales team, but I was not good at it. So yeah.
So the business grew 20% every year, like the classical business.
Sometimes we grew faster also. So early stage, we did about 1 crore revenue in the first year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, first year, and then slowly we grew almost 20-30% every year.
Oh, wow.
And by 2011, we were about some 12 crores or 15 crores, I don't remember. and that's where we got an opportunity to work in Mumbai airport and for design of a large network and IT infrastructure for the new terminal. I don't know if you have traveled in the new Mumbai T2 terminal.
Okay.
So we designed the entire. We were part of designing the entire network and the IT infrastructure there. And I was consulting for L&T. L&T is the contractor there. So that gave the opportunity to work in a large project that involves not just connecting a few computers or devices, but large number of around 50,000 devices of different nature. It could be computers, IoT devices, or it could be cameras, or multiple. The entire airport is like a city, and so that opportunity gave us the confidence that we can design and implement large, heterogeneous and complex network.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how that was the big breakthrough for us.
So like multiple companies were competing for a Mumbai airport's contract, and you are the one that got it.
No, so really we were not competing with anybody. So it's all through my network and references. So I mean, back then, those days when we were small, we used to compete with players, locally. Suppose if I'm doing a work for ABT or LG.
Okay.
So there used to be competition. There used to be some competition from Bangalore.
Was someone doing the same from Coimbatore?
Not the kind of work that we do.
Okay.
There was no one doing from Coimbatore, but there were companies in Bangalore or Chennai. They were, back then our competition used to be, for example, if we go to LG, our competition is Wipro.
Okay.
Wipro is the competition for us. I mean, this particular one came through a reference. So L&T was looking for a consultant for this project. They were only doing construction in airports before that. They wanted to get into IT. They wanted to take the IT package also as part of it. So they were looking for a consultant. And so, one of my friends, so he called me and we went, and the customer had a discussion with the end customer. As the GVK was the end customer. So he also liked us. So we were on board. That's in 2011.
Ideally, back then you also mentioned that this was the first large project that you consulted for. There wouldn't have probably been a playbook or some standard way of doing it, right? And how, as a person, how do you usually navigate new challenges? Because this would have opened 5 more new projects, new doors, right? So how do you, in general, go about taking on big challenges? And you've kept doing on this through your life, right?
Yeah, so that's how we always stayed ahead because any new technology comes. We were one of the early adapters of new technologies. So I would say that in 97 itself, as 97, 98 itself, when I was part of Unity Electrosystems, we implemented a VPN for IDFC Limited. Today it's called IDFC Bank, IDFC First Bank. There it was. So at the time, nobody knew about VPN. VPN was the word VPN itself is not known.
It's an alien term.
Yeah, alien term. And because network itself, 97 only internet got opened up, and then we were competing with another company based out of Bangalore, and we won this contract. I implemented it because I was the technical expert, and I read everything from the internet those days. Even 97, 98 itself, you had enough information to understand and implement it. So the bottom line is that if you have a fundamental understanding of, you have an understanding of the fundamental concepts, then everything else you can build on top of it. So you can learn, there are enough materials available on the internet to learn and then do it. So I was very strong on fundamentals. So that helped me.
Okay.
So to understand any new challenge, any new technologies that come, and we adopt it very quickly, and then. So in this, coming back to this, so initially I really felt, how we are going to handle such a large project because the biggest project could be having about some 1,000 computers, connecting 1,000 computers in one office or a few offices. But this is such a large network.
Yeah.
How did they trust you on this? You know that you are a very small company,
Yeah,
but you had very notable clients on your portfolio.
yeah.
But what created trust with them?
Yeah, so the trust is if you kind of if you are able to express the technical capability that you have, so that was the only
Okay.
armor that we
Okay.
had. Okay, it's not our past experience of that size. Okay, in fact, similar one I just relied on one RFP I bid for a similar project.
Okay.
We didn't even get that RFP. Okay, but I said, I understand this and I have a good knowledge about. I had a good understanding about, as I said, I'm quite strong on the fundamental technology. So I was. I don't know about now. Okay. So which customer I was able to convince the customer.
Okay.
And I was able to convince L&T also.
Okay.
So they were also looking for some new companies
Okay.
to do that.
Partner
So,
with you.
yeah, so it's a risk that they took.
Yeah.
I think I hope it
Okay.
went well for both of us.
Or maybe your technical expertise is probably the sales pitch
Yes.
in itself.
So to be
Yeah.
honest, that was
Yeah.
the case in the initial years. Maybe till about 2015 or so. First 10 years of 7-8 years of our existence. So we relied mainly on my technical strength and some of the key team members' technical strength.
Okay. Until when that you were a hands-on engineer, and when was the time you told, okay, I'm not going to be a hands-on
That's
engineer?
from 2014 or so.
Okay. And you moved into sales completely.
Yeah. So I moved into more of a business development.
business development,
Business
okay.
development. Yes.
And how did Netcon continue to grow from 2011?
Yeah.
And, yeah.
So 2011, 12, we got that. We executed that. That was about 2 years. We
Okay.
worked on that, and while we are completing that, we had an opportunity to work in Dubai airport also with the same
Nice, okay.
through L&T.
The first overseas project?
Yeah, the first overseas project. So we were involved in the design of for one terminal. We did the design and implementation also. Some of the so we had our team there, and which not only did the design but also implemented the network there. And then the from 2015 onwards, the new government, they came with a lot of new reforms and new initiatives, smart cities, and a lot of digital initiatives in the country. So that has helped us to participate in some of these smart city project and the statewide or a countrywide digital transformation project. So we worked along with partners like L&T, who had the financial strength to go and bid in large projects.
Yep.
We acted as a technology partners for them to work on such large projects. So we worked in almost about 10-15 smart cities in the country during those days. So by around 2014, I realized that my capacity is limited in terms of growing the business because you need a good business development, sales and business development team in order to grow the company. So I thought that I should bring a professional, to lead the company itself. So because I'm more a technical person, and but the business growth happens only if you have a strong sales
team. Sales pays bills at the end of the day.
So I've been asking one of my friends who was with one multinational company heading the India and SAARC region. So I've been asking him for quite some time to come and join me. So after 2 years of persuasion, he joined in 2016.
Okay.
And he joined in the company to lead the sales and business development. And 2017, I made him the CEO of the company.
Okay, nice.
So he led the company from there. Yeah.
I have a curious question. Like most often, why not someone from the internal team being promoted to the CEO role rather than bringing someone from the outside?
Yeah. So the reason is that okay, you typically in a promoter-driven company, you always try to build. A promoter always try to build. A promoter is the
Okay.
top man. Below him, they're all following instructions of what the promoter says. I think that's how generally happens. I mean, those days. Today things are different. So what happened was, I really needed. So you have a team which will be like you only, right? You always try to build a team
like
like
us,
you,
yeah.
more technical and the. I mean, technical and the delivery perspective. So such sort of team was that. So we didn't really have a good a person with good business acumen, sales, and an aggressive sales skills were not there. So that is what the company needed.
Okay.
So I think
He brought in that.
Yeah, external is the
Okay.
way to go. So yeah, see, it happens in many of these promoter-driven companies. They always look for external external CEOs because they internally you will not. I mean, as a promoter, I have not been grooming. I should have done because I myself is not a CEO like material, right? So then, what kind of people I will groom, right?
Yeah.
So we really need somebody who's quite successful outside and then come and give a different perspective to the business.
He brought in a lot of complementary skills into the company.
Yes. So he brought. He's a salesperson. He has been in sales for since his studies. So and he had a good track record in some of the large companies in the country. So he came with that strength. So he can go and close deals.
Okay.
So that is the
Nice.
capability he had. Yeah.
Cool. Like whatever that you're saying is like fascinating me. Like, did you ever have a near-death experience in the two companies that you were part of?
See,
Sales
I mean,
didn't happen.
especially in Netcon, I never had a near-death experience because by the time you are conditioned to face any situation. So you come from when you come from minus, then anything above zero is okay.
Yeah.
Anything zero is also okay. Zero is better than negative, right? So I was really. I was not worrying about any. See, there were a lot of difficult times. That happens even today. We may have certain difficult times when you are doing transformation. You will get into several challenges, but I never felt that I should quit this and do something else or quit this and go. So I was very confident. I still continue to be confident about the business and about the future.
So you've brought in a new CEO, but at the same time, I think 16 to maybe till now, the world has seen a lot of changes from how the internet works. In fact, like back then, 1 GB meant a lot, but today we consume so much storage, so much space. How did Netcon grow along with the internet post 2016?
Yeah, so after 2016, we started. There's a lot of digital transformation happened. It is not just using computer to do your ERP or do some basic business functions like finance or your manufacturing and so on. People with networks becoming more reliable and connectivity's speeds have increased. So people have started started digitalizing every process that every business process which they are following, and that called for more connectivity, more infrastructure, and cloud also became the cloud is another major driver for growth. So all these things enable companies investing in more IT digital transformation solutions. It could be infrastructure at the edge, or adding more infrastructure at the cloud. So that called for more, the demand for such services, which we were in the right position to do that, which we have been doing. We were focusing more on infrastructure business, and the country also spent a lot of money on infrastructure like transportation and digital infrastructure in the country. So that called for, that enabled more growth in the in establishing new infrastructure. So more airports came, more roads have been built. So every infrastructure today, earlier it used to be only your cement and concrete and maybe some basic electrical stuff. But today every infrastructure has got technology in it.
Correct.
If you have airport has got lots and lots of technology there. And even roads also, you have traffic management, you have security and metros there. So we focused on infrastructure, and we did project for airports, metro rail.
Which was your most complex project that you ever done?
So there are a few projects we have done. So if you look at recently, Bangalore Airport, we did
the latest terminal,
the latest terminal. We did the complete IT infrastructure setup, including some of the. Have you traveled in Bangalore Airport?
No, I rarely take flights.
I am a regular customer there.
T2 terminal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see those hanging.
The chandeliers.
Chandeliers with the planters.
Yes, yeah.
So the irrigation for that is implemented by us.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Okay, so it's a precision irrigation system. We did the system integration, connecting all the 500 such planters, and having each one having a soil moisture sensor and pumps and valves. Giving water the amount that is needed at whenever it's required.
So those are real plants that have.
They are real plants.
Okay.
Yeah, of course they are.
I have not paid enough attention, but a lot of me and my friends are regular travelers. So
So that's one component of what we did, but we did a lot more IT infrastructure for Bangalore Airport, because place like airports, it may be like a regular IT network infrastructure, but you have a lot of critical needs. So the network, you cannot afford to have downtime, even a few minutes of downtime.
Yeah.
So you need a very high reliable. And airport infrastructure works like a service provider infrastructure. So you have airport as a service provider, and you have airlines and retail, and there are a lot of tenants who use the services. So airports charges them for those services. So we create a service provider like infrastructure, and so that's one of the good projects that we have done
very recently.
Recently.
So until 2016, till you bought that external CEO, it was more like a family-run business, right?
It was more like a family-run business. And I kind of sensed early that if this business has to grow and sustain for a longer time, I need professionals to run the business. So that's how I've been scouting for professional CEO. So and Ashik, my CEO, who joined, and he also participated in equity, and he has significant equity in the company.
Nice.
And he's one of the now key partner in the company, and driving it to the next level.
One question that I had is the project that you mentioned is super interesting, but given in the last 3-4 years, we've had a lot of new Gen AI capabilities that have come in, and how has Netcon also adapted to these changes? Because as an IT services or IT transformation partner, that changes a lot for you as well, right? Yeah.
See, definitely. So one thing is that the infrastructure business is here to stay, and because you need, even though you have a lot of new interiors and everything, you need a building, right?
Correct.
At the end of the day. So maybe the building material might change. If instead of a concrete, you may have steel structure, but there has to be a building, right?
Correct.
So similarly, the infrastructure business will continue to be there, and it's not. Then it doesn't mean that we want to kind of be in the do the same thing. Continue doing the same thing. So we also we wanted to transform ourselves, because COVID taught us a big lesson. Because during COVID period, all these infrastructure investments stopped. Because people were not investing because we were only catering to the capex part of the customer's business. So when they build a new factory or a new facility or a new airport, we were there. but we were not in the
OpEx.
operate part of the business. So that is also a huge business. For example, in an airport, in Bangalore airport, we did the capex, like we did the implementation of the network and the IT infrastructure, but the operate is being done by Kyndryl, which was earlier IBM.
Oh, okay.
So that's a big business, which we were not really focusing. Our DNA was more, project implementation.
That is like a recurring revenue.
Recurring
right?
revenue, yeah. But our DNA was more of, you get super excited to build something new and not, managing them. It's a kind of boring, to manage things. But we saw during COVID, we found that capex business will have its own cycles, and it will not have predictable quarter on quarter or year on year revenues and profitability. So we decided that post COVID, we decided that we should get into more recurring and managed services business. So that's why we established a separate managed services team, and we were able to we won a few contracts because we were not able to win large contracts because we didn't have the track record in managed services business. So we won a few contracts, and we slowly grew the business. And we thought that going forward, while we continue to grow the infrastructure business, the services like recurring services is also an important component of our business. That's where all your AI and AI-led services, even AI today can be applied anywhere, not just in your edtech or in your, in your Copilot for your emails or your document writing. But AI is applied even in IT infrastructure, managing IT infrastructure. AI ops is a big topic in IT infrastructure as well, even identifying infrastructure issues and fixing them. So everywhere AI has got a big place. So we thought we will transform ourselves into not just a project implementation company, as a end-to-end digital transformation and managed services company, having AI as the technology that enables the new age services. So we have, with that context, we kind of had a leadership change last year. And we got a new CEO. And because both of us, me and Arche, were more of infrastructure and project-led. We were running that type of business. So we thought we needed a new face. So we got the new CEO who had an experience of managing or doing large managed services businesses. So he came in as a CEO. And
this person also was from outside.
He's from outside. He's from outside. So because we wanted to do something, we wanted to transform the company into something which we have not been doing. So we thought an external person with that experience is it is not that I'm averse to, we are averse to, the internal candidates. But when you want to do a transformation, so it's always better to have somebody who's not, who has experience in the transformation that you want to do, right? So that's where we.
How does this affect the team? Like are they excited about the new CEO, or like does this affect their moral? Until now, they are reporting to one person, and suddenly they're reporting to a different person.
Yeah. So definitely there are big challenges. So we face more challenges than I thought. I thought people will be very straight. Very simple, and it's easy to switch because see, at this age I can be flexible to changes, but people down the line are not very flexible, or they're not. See, there may be good reasons for it, because I, as a owner, I don't have any constraints, so I can switch from here to here, and anything happens, I face it. But for the people down the line, they have a lot of anxieties or fear or uncertainty, like what's going to happen. Say they try to react, they try to be cold to changes. And so definitely there were a lot of,
Okay.
and the new person also comes from a different different kind of environment. And so definitely that's a,
Plus, you will do what is right for the business, right?
yeah, I always, yeah, I think I do
At the end of the day,
yeah. But it always, see, not all founders and promoters do that. They always think that what they do is right. And even I also sometimes, we do a lot of mistakes. So not all initiatives we have taken was worked out. Okay. I would say that less than 50% of our initiatives only worked out.
okay.
But it's still we are fine, you know. It's
Power
like,
law favors us.
yeah,
Power law favors
it's
us.
like investing in a startup, right?
It's trial and error and
Yeah, it's trial and error, and I mean, the only thing is that you should realize that you have done the mistake and you should change. So if you are stuck with your decisions for a long time, then it's difficult.
Got it.
Yeah, it's easy to say, but when you are in the actual situation, you know, various things will drive you. You know, it's not very straightforward to take a decision. So there were a lot of challenges in terms of getting to getting to integrate with the new CEO. So it's still a work in progress, but I think it's going well. So
Was it an emotional moment for you to step down as the CEO?
no, this happened
In 2015?
2016 itself. At the time, maybe it was a bit emotional,
okay.
but it is no longer.
Okay.
It is no longer so. So I always feel that if someone else does the job better, I'm happy about.
Yes.
I'm happy letting them do rather than doing it myself.
your role currently, are you very actively involved in Netcon's operations, or do you what is your role currently?
No, currently I'm not involved in the operations. So the CEO is responsible for the business and the growth. So he has a business plan and he goes about executing the business plan. So probably I will help him. I help him, in some way whenever he needs. And today I still handle some part of the finance, the funding and other part. And I would also like to probably hand function also hand over to we got a professional CFO now, so
Got it.
so maybe from next financial year onwards, that function also we will it'll be handled.
Delegated,
It will be delegated, and the new the professionals will handle that.
Yeah.
So I do I work on some new initiatives. Okay, so we have also created a new startup. Me and Arche created a new startup. It was there for for about last 3-4 years, and Arche is now focusing on on an AI company called Yavar. And so I kind of support him, and we bring some new ideas. So we are developing some. We are developing a platform for sustainability in Yavar, and we have also developed one security product using email security product using blockchain. So some of these, my interest and passion, so I try to work on it and try to create some products and platforms. And then if it comes good enough, then use the Arche's sales network or
to
sales,
commercialize.
To take it to the market.
Nice.
What I've at least truly understood is that you've stuck to problem solving and your love for technical and hardware stuff, hardware software. You've always stuck to it till date.
Yes.
So
I'm still stuck to it. Yeah.
Nice.
True.
Well, before we go to the next segment, see, one thing that really fascinates me is today I have access to a lot of people. You are there. A lot of founder friends who have built and sold technology are there. If I'm stuck somewhere beyond money, I can call to them and ask, I want to make a better decision. How can I make a better hiring decision? I can call and ask. When you did all this for the last 20-30 years, did you have someone like this?
See, I'm not able to name any specific person, but I always go to people for support. Okay. So, and I really not able to give any specific person. So, I go to anybody,
Okay.
like, who can, it may be my friends from my alumni network. I go to, I don't hesitate to go to anybody's support. So, but in early stages, those support were not coming very easily. So generally you are on your own, and and if you need, because I'm quite, interested to learn new things. So, if you take, earlier I never used to know about finance. So today I think I have a good understanding about finance and, balance sheets or whatever. So typically I try to learn myself, but I go to people, the respective experts, to get support.
Nice.
But as such, I don't have a mentor to whom I go to for anything. So like that. But today I have a lot of friends and friends and contacts, well-wishers in my network. I go to people. So today we are trying to work in. We created there is a network. We are now trying to work in semiconductors. Is one area which we want to. We are thinking of exploring. So I have a friend of mine who has been inducted into our board recently.
Okay.
So which we are trying to explore opportunities in semiconductors and electronics.
This is through Netcon, Arche now. Arc now. Is this through Arc, or is this
through Arc? It is through Arc. Yeah.
Okay.
And see, our company today is a kind of professionally run. I have a board with independent directors, and so they are actively taking part in some of the decision making. So
it's a true legacy story where you've built it honestly from ground up to transforming it into a professionally run company, bringing on a CEO, transforming it to a larger.
All this from Coimbatore. That's the most important.
Yeah. So there are a lot more companies who are doing much better than, or much bigger compared to us, and I think there are much more inspirational stories around. But I'm happy that you chose me as one of your.
It's our pleasure, actually.
Yeah.
Truly our pleasure. One of the most overused terms today, AI. Like, what does Maha think of AI? Like, how you are one of the first people to get into network. What happened in the AI part?
Yeah. Okay. So if you look at the history of AI, AI was initially more of some expert systems and more information systems, logic-based decision making. For that purpose, AI was used, and the whole thing got transformed after the computing power, the huge computing power that's available. In fact, the current form of AI, the neural networks, the deep learning networks were there in earlies. So Jeff Hinton is one of the one considered as father of AI. So they wrote a paper in fact, I read that paper in 1986 or 85. So that was one of the breakthrough papers. So people, even though that was a breakthrough paper, and till about 2000, early 2000s, people wrote away that deep learning and neural network because there was not enough computing power available to implement it. Once the computing power came, and the GPUs and other things. In fact, they were the first to use GPUs for the training machine learning and deep learning algorithms in University of Toronto. And so then the field exploded with more and more computing power available. The field exploded, and see, I think it's a very interesting and it's a very breakthrough development. But what I see today is that we have just seen the surface, like, they developed for example, the Gen AI, the large language models have been developed, and people are just using it to solve some of these, problems. Like it could be a chat bot or providing information, or you are writing documents. But AI can do a lot more. And today, AI outputs are not deterministic outputs. So your same question, if you ask, it may give you answer. If you ask, it may give another answer. They are not for they are still not for deterministic works, but I think the future will have more serious. So Gen AI is a great development, but I think a lot more is in the pipeline as far as AI is concerned. But today, the people who are working on AI, just especially the Gen AI and other things, I think there's a lot of hype about it, and there are not much real successes, successful deployments. Deployments other than your chatbots and some of these language-based interactions. So the real use cases are not yet built, and not yet realized, is what my opinion. And even you would have recent MIT research says that 90% or 90 or 95% of the AI projects fails or failed. So I think there is a lot of hype, and it is in the hype cycle. It is in the very top of the hype cycle, and slowly it will come back to the realistic phase where you get some serious applications on AI. It's like today the .com was there in 2000s.
Yeah.
So I think it is similar to that phase.
Okay.
So definitely, internet boom, .com boom. There was huge value, and then it came down, and then again, internet was the catalyst for growth today. What we see today. So the same thing will happen to AI also. So I feel AI is real, but it is some more time we see some great applications.
Since you have seen all these waves, you have seen the .com bubble, the wave, and then again coming back to the normalcy.
Yeah.
You think AI is also something similar to that? We'll have a bubble and then come back to normalcy.
Yeah, see, the technology is real. It is there.
Yeah.
But how it's applied to various real world use cases, definitely today, if everything people say AI, right? Okay, so without AI, maybe AI enabled coffee, tea. So even they say this the right combination is determined by AI. So all I think.
Do you believe? What do you think is actually? Where do you think is the real use case of AI? Where do you see it going in the next few years?
See, the real use case, I think. The real use case should be in the industries like your traditional industries. It could be in manufacturing or healthcare or education. So this is where the real use cases should be, and that is where the real use cases will today.
Also
Some of these education and healthcare, there's a lot more. There is a lot of applications have come in with the AI, accelerated. But I think it's a long way to go. So I see that there will be real use cases. There should be real use cases in these areas.
Okay. Like one of the most hard debate in the internet is, should India have its own LLMs or not? Like, what do you think? Should we build our own LLMs?
I think it should have. We should have, in my opinion. Okay. The reason is that it gives some independence. See, always if you take, for example, Google search.
Yeah.
So the entire search, Google controls from a foreign country on what needs to be displayed to you when you search, what needs to be controlled, and everything is governed by some foreign country. So there's a lack of freedom for us to use. I think some of these technologies we should build ourselves. We should government should invest. Like China provides a lot of funding to such companies to build this, even though it is not needed. Even though there are thousands, and I think there's more than 10,000 or 1 lakh LLMs. I don't know the exact count. I think Hugging Face, if you go there, you got several hundreds or several thousand LLMs, and there is one we need. I think we need to create for our own country with support for regional languages and the data, using our local data. I think that will have a long way to.
You earlier mentioned that you also do angel investing currently. What led you to move from entrepreneurship to investing, and would love to hear your story on that.
Yeah, so basically all along, I think that we need to support young investors. See, in the last 10 years, if you look at, there is a lot of activity in the startup area, and a lot of young graduates starting something on their own, creating new, it could be creating new technology or applying technology for, the benefit of the people at large. So see, one reason for investing is that, you like something, okay, and you can't do it by yourself, but at least help others do it. So that is one philosophy always I had, okay. So I always try to do investments in companies which I wanted to do, or I would have liked to do that, but somebody else is doing better, and so that's one reason which I wanted to be investing. The other reason is that, of course, angel investing is also one way of your one component in your portfolio of diversification of your assets, and so that's how. And the third is that, the primary reason is that you will keep updated about what's happening in the industry. So because as part of this exercise, you listen to pitches, and you become I'm part of Indian Angel Network. So there will be regular pitch sessions. So you attend, and we not only learn from the founders who has created certain, converted an idea into a product or a business, and also you learn from the questions and other questions and the interactions the other investors have with the founders. So there's a lot of learning there. So that's quite exciting. So, and angel investing does not require big checks. So you can even do 5 lakhs. So that's pretty easy also today. So there are a lot of forums available, like India Angels or the Native Angels. Today there are a lot of angel networks available. So we can become part of it. And then,
how many investments have you made until now?
Today I would have made about 12 to 15 companies. Okay.
How many are alive?
Yeah, so
that's a trick question.
At least 5 companies are not alive. So 10 are still alive.
Okay, nice. Who prompted you into angel investing?
No
one. It was your personal interest.
It was my personal interest. He wanted some investment, so I invested. So then subsequently I invested in one of my friend's company. So that was also, still now it was not very successful. But I think the journey continues. In angel, in angel investing, you cannot really, if you have 20% successful, I think that will give the
returns.
That will give the big return. So some of my companies in the portfolio are already about 10x or 20x.
Nice.
So
it is made up for the
yeah, but the ticket sizes are not very big, but still, it's quite interesting. So you will always keep monitoring what's happening to those companies.
And I think when you're an angel investor, you'd want the person to also succeed.
Absolutely.
You're rooting also for the person more than just the valuation or the returns, right? One question I actually had is, you said that your bets are mostly based on the person or the founder, right? What do you actually look for when you're betting, or not taking a bet, but what interests you in general if someone's coming to you for a pitch?
See, I don't look for any one specific quality. So when I listen to him, if he's kind of honest, and if the founder is sincere, and is with the integrity, and he is able to clearly articulate the problem and the solution, so I'm fine with that. I generally look at the business potential also, but I don't look at much. So initially you will not say, they will show big market size, Sam, Som, and all that. So it really, that's of not relevance to. That's of not relevance.
Okay.
So if the founder is good, see, it's not necessary that the company should become a unicorn or something. If it makes into a sustainable company, even with some niche companies. So I'm invested in one sustainability company. It's basically in giving converting water. You have this tertiary treated. Water, right? You have these in apartment complexes. They have an RO system, and they treat all the RO treated water. They let it out to the drains, right?
Okay.
So they take that and then convert into a drinking quality water. So it's in the sustainability. I'm not sure whether it will become a $1 billion company, but it is something. It can become a sustainable business. And it can give decent returns. And if you continue to do it, let's say 500 crore or 1,000 crore business and sustainable, that itself is a success.
Yes.
Even if you do 50 crores, even if you do 20 crores. So see, I think the success is not the size. Big. It's not making big money or growing big. It's all about what impact you create to the society. So that is the phase I'm in. Okay, so
It's actually very well said. So different take from the usual investing themes that people go after, which is
Santoshi has this aspiration to become an angel investor sometime in the future, not
even you can do now. So it's, if you're investing in mutual funds instead, you can keep some money for
the private
angel
markets.
investing. So see, there are a lot of forums which you can be part of today. So at least take part in listening to the pitches. So that gives you good experience.
Is it necessary to be a founder and then become an investor, do you think?
that Tarun has a very strong opinion on for some reason.
Not necessary.
It's not necessary. So you should have the ability to spot
high conviction
ideas and people, and it's more about that, I think. Okay.
Tarun has a very strong bias for some reason. He's like
being a founder may be an advantage. So, but then you will always be biased also being a founder. So you will always think that the founder should run the company this way.
Okay.
Or is not. Maybe you try to map to your style and your way of looking at things. So I've seen successful investors are not from
being founders.
Okay. They may be from finance background or they may be from a corporate background. So
my day has been made. He's fought me against this at least a couple of times, and he says that I only think numbers, I don't see beyond numbers, but that's not true.
But that's what.
Like we have arguments. I say take bet on the founders, and if you are a founder, you will have that high conviction to take a bet on the founder.
See, it's not necessary also. I think that's not a rule. Okay, you cannot generalize it, is what my opinion. Okay, so you can still be, looking at from a third eye, always maybe the right, give the right conviction for the investment.
You're happy?
I'm very, very happy.
Cool. What percentage of your entire portfolio is in startups? Is it less than 10%?
No, that's I don't do much. See, most of my investments or most of my this thing are in the company only. Company only. So I would say some 10-20% will be in 10% will be in startups currently.
Very, very, very interesting. I wonder how a day in your life would look like. Cause
no, it's very simple. I'm not very busy in the sense that I might appear that I'm busy because I travel. I like to travel to multiple places. So that is why. Otherwise, the business does not depend on me much. And there are people who handle things. So if at all I'm busy, it is my own creation. It is nothing else. It is nothing else.
Nice. So let's move to the next one. Last month, Maha invited me to an event in Coimbatore. It was hosted by GCC. It was hosted by CI, right?
CI, yeah.
So it was a GCC event where we spoke about how Coimbatore can become a hottest place for GCs to set up shops. Like that is a very interesting thing to speak about today, right? Like even today, Trump's 100,000 bill on H1B visas that's coming in. You told how that might help GCCs. How do you think that will help India and then specifically Coimbatore?
Yeah. So, GCCs are the next version of, it is a next transformation from, outsourcing and the
BPO setups, etc.
BPOs, as well as even outsourcing, the IT services outsourcing. All our companies like Infosys or TCS, they've been traditionally doing outsourcing services, only in the IT and information technology mainly. Okay. So GCCs are basically the next avatar where the companies, the global companies, they themselves set up their technology centers in India, mainly to leverage the talent that is available here. So far, only the back office or the IT services have been supported from here. But considering the talent available and most of the, if you take most of the global companies, Indians are in a very high positions, right? So instead of bringing them to those countries, why not we go to India itself and leverage the talent, okay, probably at a lesser cost. So with that idea, companies started establishing global capability centers where not only just IT and back office, but key business and business operations and technology services, design or technology services are done in India itself by the company themselves.
Okay.
For example, you take GE. So GE earlier they used to have a BPO here, or they used to outsource certain IT works to Wipro or Infosys or whatever. And the key CXOs will, your CIO or CDO, they will be in US or other countries to manage it. But today, some of those key roles are getting transformed here. So GE establishes a GCC here, and they kind of shift the key roles here, key management roles here, and they in turn, hire local talents to do their technology and other business services from here. That's basically to leverage the abundant talent that's available in India. So it is really good for India in the sense that it provides a lot of employment opportunities, and also it improves the income levels of those talents. And secondly, today, as you said, with all this tariff and other things, these establishing of capability centers will continue to increase, and it is just like setting up of a manufacturing plant in China. So you set up all the technology operations and technology capability. Delivery capabilities here in India. So that's how it is happening. And so far, the tier 1 cities like Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, and Pune, they were the major, and Gurgaon, they were the major centers for these GCCs. Companies were establishing in those areas. So most of these cities, the talents are coming from other tier 2 cities. If you take Bangalore, or Chennai, see most of the talents are coming from this region. For example, Coimbatore and Erode and
the Congo belt.
Yeah. So companies were thinking, why not we go to those tier 2 cities where the talents are available and establish there. So that's how they may have one center in Bangalore, but they want to establish the next center in tier 2 cities like Coimbatore. And Coimbatore being one of the major talent hubs in the country, like with the several educational institutions, and the literacy rates also quite high. People going to colleges is also is very high. So it produces so many graduates and engineers every year. So and also Coimbatore is a is technologically also, so it is on par with some of the best cities in the country, and it has got other infrastructure, good infrastructure, good weather, and good living conditions. So a lot more advantages the city has got. So what we were thinking is that we promote as Coimbatorians, we promote the city as a preferred destination for GCCs.
Okay.
So that's objective of the CII's mission. And so we created a small team called GCC Task Force, Coimbatore. So with which we try to bring the stakeholders, have interactions, deliberations, and how we can promote the city as a preferred destination for GCCs.
This is also tied to ease of doing business in India. Like these companies from abroad want to set up GCCs in the country. How do you think is ease of doing business in India for them? Is it very complicated?
Yeah. So
for more GCCs to come into the country.
Yeah. So of course, ease of doing business is a work in progress as far as our country is concerned, and there's lot has been done in the past maybe 30 years from 91 onwards, but lot more to be done. So we have a long way to go in ease of doing business. But especially these GCCs and other the states or the government is offering certain single window clearances and some support, special support to them, to get get them registered and But still, I think as a country we need to evolve a lot compared to some of the countries like Singapore. They are much easier to you can register a company, start a business within a day. But in India it's not that easy. So there are so much of regulatory contact points for a business, which I feel needs to be reduced to one or two. Maybe one state, one center.
Okay.
So that will ease many things. But that's my personal opinion. So
something that I actually want to ask on GCCs is that you told that front office operations or talent is going to be in need, right?
Yeah.
As someone who's watching the podcast, what do you think would be the right set of skills that they can develop, or what should they be looking at in terms of working on to utilize whatever opportunity that will come up through GCCs?
GCCs.
Yeah.
So today, GCCs are looking at top talents and not just the lower level talents. So they look for example, if you take AI or you take so they really look for top skills.
Okay.
So and it will vary from company to company. Someone from automotive background, they may need certain skills.
Correct.
And but they really look for top talents. Okay, so that means that you should understand. You should probably identify the specific skills as required for these companies. For example, if you are working for an automotive company, so maybe self-driving or the motors or battery technology. So in AI and machine learning or those those processing. I mean, what do you call the self-driving capability? So these are some of the skills you need to around that. Whatever the skills around these technologies you should learn. If it is semiconductors or semiconductors, maybe you should know about all these semiconductor processes, manufacturing processes, and so I think it again. So an engineer, whatever the curriculum offers for an engineer is not enough really to land into these highly technically demanding jobs. So people have to develop some additional skills. It could be AI or it could be semiconductors or electronics or anything. So even in networking in our field. So every field you need to develop some high quality skills. So that is required if you really want to land into those jobs.
Okay.
Of course, for everybody there is a job availability. That's what in my opinion. So it is not that I should only become an AI engineer. So today, even we continue to require good quality network engineers. And nobody would like, today people don't want to go to networking. Okay, and people want to go to AI, full stack development, and all that big things they want to
Fancy
do.
things.
Fancy things. So we need highly good skilled network engineers, technicians, and maybe cloud engineers. So they are still needed. You will have continue to have such requirements. AI will transform some of the jobs, but people who have the ability to use AI to solve their problem better, they will still find themselves relevant in the field. AI, it may not likely to replace your entire job, but if you know how to use AI to do your job better,
Okay.
you will be better placed.
Got it.
With that being said, one other question, it was great advice for everyone who's watching, but that also brings me to another question of tier 2 talent retention issues, right? While we do want GCCs to be set up in our city, Coimbatore, there is also an issue of people wanting to move out of Coimbatore to Bangalore, Chennai, because there are also often a lot more opportunities there. What is your take on talent retention in tier 2 cities, not just Coimbatore, but across? And how do you see it evolving going forward?
Yeah, so it's always a chicken and egg story, right? So see, generally people go to Bangalore or Chennai or other cities for two reasons. One is the opportunities that are available. The second is the cosmopolitan culture which these cities offer, which the tier 2 towns generally do not offer those. So both can be fixed. So it is a longer term solution to this. So if more companies come here, then there are more opportunities. I think Coimbatore has, as a city, Coimbatore has crossed that threshold where here you can find good quality jobs. So you got good startup ecosystem and you got companies, GCCs and IT technology companies, good manufacturing companies, and global companies are here. So I think we have crossed the threshold in terms of the good quality work. Maybe Bangalore and Chennai, Pune are still way ahead, but I think Coimbatore can catch up. But as far as the the culture and the cosmopolitan and the other than work, after work life. So I think we have it's only if you have more people, then there will be more businesses developing this. Government also has got a role to play. I think they are sensitized about it. They are working on it. But only if you see only the people in the age group of probably 20 to 35, they want to have such a lifestyle. And after 35, they want to come back to their hometown. And so today, many people want to come back and then be near their parents or closer to their hometown. So I think reverse migration is also taking place for senior talents. And Coimbatore also is seen as a good retirement home. So you got a lot of talents available, retired experts and highly accomplished people are in Coimbatore in some of these senior living. So I think it's a matter of time where we catch up with that situation of retaining the talents in the age group of 20 to 35. And that's where we need more companies to come, and they should bet on the city. And okay, you have one center in Bangalore, but you have one in Coimbatore also. So that's how things improve, right? So it is it cannot happen overnight. Okay, so I see the last 20 years, 25 years, I see a good change, and I think it will change for good. Okay. So
nice. So let's say tomorrow a policymaker sets up a board and you head that board and they give you 100 crores to strengthen our local tech ecosystem.
Okay.
What would you do? Will you encourage more startups or will you put up R&D centers?
Yeah, so I would was about to say that. So I would invest in R&D.
Okay.
So I think what we lack or what we do is a good R&D ecosystems. Both fundamental research. So fundamental research, we are not doing much fundamental research where the outcome is not known. So you just do some research.
Can you give us one example of that? Something people did in the West.
Okay, so so for example, I'm just trying to figure out an example for this. Say you work on, let's say, quantum computers. Okay, quantum computers applications are coming now,
Correct.
right? But quantum principles. So you need to, the quantum principles of quantum computing. It's based on physics. So the fundamental research on physics has enabled to find some problem solving using quantum computing, and then it evolves into a quantum computer. But still, research is going on, and there's no commercial product available, commercially viable product available. But still, people continue to bet on it, invest on it, and then do research. And similarly, you take, for example, even in EV, if you take battery, or battery or any concept like lidar sensing or whatever. So you have the fundamental sensors or the fundamental concept of the chemical composition of a battery. So all these research should continue to happen. Then only somewhere somebody will take it and apply it or develop it into a product. You go so like that. We should spend more on fundamental research institutions. India also has got CSIR and other research institutions which doing, but there are not much. There are few success stories, but they are not very big and very very great outcomes have not come from them. Is what my opinion is that. So we should develop in both fundamental R&D as well as the applied R&D, applying all these, the research into some practical application. So,
but we'll never know when these will give commercial outcomes, right?
Need not. So
need not. Okay.
Yeah, that's the investment government has to do. Okay. So you see today. It's like government is, let's say, they are investing in roads, for example. Of course, roads gives convenience and everything, but what return they get? It gives convenience to people, right? It gives better transportation, better living. But in turn, government also will get income at a later time.
Correct.
How? More people will travel, so more business will happen.
More people buy cars.
More people will buy cars. So the economy will boom.
Yeah.
So will grow. So similarly, these researchers will not show outcome
immediately,
immediately, but in the longer term, it'll. So even I think that companies like us, so a portion should invest in. We are trying anyway. To invest in research. For example, I make, let's say, 10 crores profit. Okay, I invest 1 crore with tie up with some education institutions. I do some R&D. But the KPI for that is not how much it is
giving back to
how much ROI it is given. Maybe how many research papers we have created. Okay, how many journals it has been published. How many patents that we have created. So that is what should be the outcome of that. So if you ask me, if someone gives me 100 crores, so I will establish a very good research facility where collaborate with the professor, the academic and industry people to create a research center.
And also all healthy businesses should also invest in R&D.
Absolutely. So if you don't invest in R&D, then it'll be like you will not sustain for a longer time. So there is recently I came across one strategy called 3-box strategy. So it's one of the management gurus called Vijay Govindarajan. So I attended this. So in a company, any company, you will have your regular business where it gives you regular cash flow and which grows 20%, 10% year on year and so on. and you should always be that is one box one. So you need a different set of people to run this business. So you will have a CEO, you will have operational managers, all the standard functions of a business will be there too. And there will be box 3 where you work on next 5 year. After 5 years, something which can give revenues or growth after next 5 years. I mean, after 5 years. So that may be, so you may invest in some R&D, you may invest in some product development, platform development or whatever. So that will not give ROI now. The KPIs for that is not revenues. The KPIs probably it could be different, like the number of research papers published, or it could be the platforms developed, or some experimental outcomes that you have achieved. So the people who manage that should be completely different from the people who manage this. So if you try to combine this, then that will fail. Okay, I've seen in our own experience, when you take a new initiative, and if I like technical new technology stuff, I try to create a new idea, and I ask the people to manage. They will because they are busy with their day-to-day numbers and day-to-day business. They will not be in a position to understand. They'll not have the patience to really concentrate on this. So you will have to focus on this R&D and other new development stuff as a box 3. Box 2 is you have to put a few things from box 1 into box 2 and unlearn that. Okay. So that which will no longer be valid after some time. So I think that is an interesting thing. So I'm trying to follow that as much as possible. So
I think you've spoken like a true technologist, because the idea of like original thinking comes from R&D, and that's why you're actually solving problems, whereas everywhere else you're trying to identify problems to solutions that already exist.
Right.
Yeah. So
more of this comes from first principle thinking, right? Where you understand something at a foundational level, and you know the outcomes of it by experimenting. Yes, nice. Okay, I think we have come to the last section.
Okay.
This was a fantastic session that we did.
I agree.
Lot of interesting things that we learned from you. See, the goal is to, like I said before, to inspire a lot of people from this. This is a very rapid fire session. You can be very candid about it. One book every tech founder should read.
See, I have read books like 0 to 1
Okay.
by Peter Thiel is a good book for the founders. And then this Malcolm Gladwell's book like Outliers. Outliers, and there's one more book he has written, Blink. So these are some of the books I think a tech founder should read.
Nice.
But I read a lot of other books like investments and other books. But I think as a founder, they should look at books from the successful founders like Peter Thiel. So he had currently his Palantir
is doing
phenomenally well, and
Nice.
So yes.
So maybe the next question that I would say is, if you were to take a bet on one theme or trend today, could be anything, an investment bet, which would it be?
So today, as everyone, AI is one area. Okay, so I would invest in AI, and probably something related with semiconductors or electronics. So
nice. Okay. Let's say your friend from the US comes to Coimbatore.
Yeah.
Where's the first place that you take him? It could be food. It could be.
It's a very Coimbatore question.
Generally, I don't take them anywhere. So I send them to Isha, but I don't take them.
Okay.
So generally, I take them to some restaurants like Annapurna. So is where mostly, and depending on their interest also. So so
Annapurna is one go-to place.
Yeah, one go-to place.
Recommend
It's
Isha.
closer to my office. So
Yeah.
Nice.
One thing I wanted to ask as a follow-up is, what are your hobbies in general? Like, assuming you watch cricket, what are your favorite
Things to do outside work.
outside of work? We've known,
I just I just spend time in the internet. So
Okay.
I watch some videos, podcasts, and I read. I also attend courses in Coursera.
Okay.
So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Even at this age
yeah,
and time.
So the recent I completed a course in blockchain,
Okay.
and so that is and I travel for official purposes, but even though I don't have work, I
Travel.
I just make it a point that I don't stay in one place for
Long time.
more than a few days.
Okay.
Yeah, and of late I am spending more time in our village. So we have I'm trying to do some farming,
Okay.
and we have done a community project there. Ours is a dry place, so
Okay.
we did a project involving around 1,000 farmers to bring water from
Okay.
nearby riverbed and distribute it to around 1,000 farmers, benefiting around 5,000 acres.
Nice.
So I
It's in your
spent-
hometown?
Yeah, it's in my
Okay.
hometown, so I
Fast.
spent some
Very
time
fast.
there. Yeah.
Like we were saying, the ultimate goal of life is to make a lot of money in tech and buy farmlands.
Yeah. So no, see. Anyway, so we had farmlands ourselves. So I mean, it's agriculture with small lands. Small quantity of lands is not really viable, and it requires a lot of transformation there. So the farmers are not making good money.
Okay.
And I don't know what I could do, but I think we can at least put our thoughts there and do something. I'm also trying to establish a small center. Like
Okay.
I see Sridhar as a role model, like Zogo Sridhar as a role model in setting up of centers in rural places.
Okay.
So I have I'm working on something to establish in my hometown.
Nice,
I mean home village.
Okay.
So so that is so that we can give some employment to local people. They can stay with their parents, and so that's what my thought, which I'm
Nice.
working
I think
on.
your answers truly continue to like bamboozle me from like doing Coursera even till date
Yeah.
to like doing something where
Yeah, Coursera, I think it's a great platform. I'm sure you, many of you would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, last question from me.
Okay.
Like, what is something a 26-year-old Mahalingam would have done differently?
Yeah. So I would have probably started my business in Bangalore or somewhere else, So where I had more opportunities
Okay.
in, So definitely I would have done many things differently, because, at the time your knowledge level and exposure is limited to that. So I would have, first thing is I would have definitely started in Bangalore.
Okay,
not,
got it.
traveling.
I would have fought with a lot of VC saying, if you come to Bangalore, you get funded. But I told adamantly, I'll stay back in Coimbatore. Another 10 years,
Yeah.
I think I'll say this.
Tarun does not listen to me anyway, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah. So I mean, there are many things. So like I would have probably found a mentor or because I think I went with the flow
Okay.
for the first 10 years. 10. So I could have it could have been better planned.
Okay.
So,
Do you still think like we could have made but much better in at scale? Do you feel that?
yes, I do feel.
You
it.
do
So
feel,
I have
okay.
to say that
Okay.
I do feel.
Okay.
But I don't know actually it would have happened or not. But I felt I could have done things differently and grown bigger.
Okay.
But definitely I don't have any regrets. I'm very happy with what I am today. And you have an opportunity to do now, right? So we
No
can't
regrets,
we can't go back to the
past.
and then try to change things. But we can change things today.
Okay.
And which I feel which I feel I'm doing.
Nice.
I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Because we're doing this for a broader audience, a lot of the people today are working in a corporate job, are looking to start their own company. One word of advice that you would give to them who are in their 20s, 25s, trying to figure out life, what would one piece of advice be from you to them? on facing life in general. Somebody who's trying to figure out life, your words of wisdom for them.
Yeah, I don't know whether I can advise somebody is figuring out their life.
Yeah.
But I think somebody who wants to do something on their own, I can say that you prepare for a long haul. So don't try to, don't think that, entrepreneurship is something you'll become a unicorn in 2 years or 5 years. It might take 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's a long haul, and the perseverance is very important. Perseverance and discipline is very important in being an entrepreneur. So the first few years, it will be very tough. You might want to quit, or you might want to, go back to work or something. But after that, then things will be under your control, and you will have the freedom. See, one biggest thing about entrepreneurship is that it gives the freedom, right?
Yeah.
About your time, about the activity that you want to do. You can pivot if you want. Okay, and try to not take, like Tarun is a very good example. So you need not take money for the sake of raising money, but you can have an investor. So that investor, so that kind of validates your business also. If an investor comes, that validates your business.
Yeah.
So, but it's a long entrepreneurship is a long journey, very very long journey. Sometimes frustrating, and so if somebody who's in for that, I think they will definitely succeed.
And we've seen your journey so far, and thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I think it was not just one thing. There were too many things that we as like two individuals also had to take away, and I'm hoping that everyone who's watching also had a lot to learn from you. And I just don't have enough words to summarize it in simple form, from like your humble beginnings, and you've still truly remained humble. Like, so much for us to learn in terms of how to keep calm through like struggles, through not just struggles, but also reinvent your story time and time again, staying relevant. And I think you're truly the best definition of staying relevant. Thank you so much for joining us on the podcast.
Thanks a lot, Maha.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for doing this.
Santoshi and Tarun. It's a great pleasure for me to be here and share my experience.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is of some use to the people who are watching it. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
More than some use for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.